Welcome to Becoming a Writer podcast, where writing inspiration is served fresh in 20 minutes or less every fourth Saturday. I am Rubina Gauri Gomes, and together we learn how to explore, experiment with, and express our writer selves. If this speaks to your writing journey, give the podcast a listen. If you enjoy it, I'd love for you to leave a review so others can find it too. Don't forget to share your suggestions or questions through the form in the show notes, and let's grow this community together. You can find more conversations like this and download your free Writer's Mental Toolbox PDF at rubinagomes.substack.com. Now grab a cup of your favorite drink and let's have a quick chat. Hello my writer friends, Rubina here. It's been 3 months since we last spoke. Thank you for your patience as I dealt with my health roadblock. I am not completely healed yet, but the progress I have made is keeping my hopes high. For now, let's get on with our 40th conversation, Befriending Our Fears. Feeling any variety of fear on your writing journey is inevitable. It is part of your ancient DNA and part of the ancient craft of writing. Fear is as common, as regular, and as ever-present as the tangles in your hair you have to brush out every morning. Just like we don't question or get surprised by the presence of the tangles, we can give up on questioning or breaking out in a sweat when faced with fear. Yet we have a hard time accepting and moving along with fear. And rightfully so, because feeling fear is not a fun place to be in. Fear makes us uncomfortable. It makes us doubt ourselves, which in turn stops us from taking action. If given the reins, fear can take over your life and make it lifeless, with your words left unexpressed within you. As I tackled my own fears, fear of being judged, fear of failing, fear of staying unheard, I found a deeper and more enriching meaning of fear. This meaning, later I realized, is the true reason why we fear and why its presence is important regardless. We fear because we don't know. We fear because we are unfamiliar with our writing path. We don't know what lies ahead. We don't know how or where we'll end up. We don't know how others will react to our endeavors. We fear because our brains are biologically programmed to keep us away from what we find unsafe and scary. So, we fear. While fear has practical use in our day-to-day life and survival, when it comes to our creativity, it often acts as a roadblock. At the core, writing is an act of deep vulnerability. Bringing to life our thoughts, emotions, and imaginations through our words also invites judgment, rejection, and self-doubt. Writing is intensely personal, therefore, any criticism feels like a personal attack. Writing is an act of exposing ourselves. Even if we don't share it with the world, it makes us feel exposed to ourselves. This could be a hard pill to swallow if you have spent your life so far suppressing yourself out of need or conditioning. There is also the fear of not being good enough, also known as imposter syndrome. Comparing ourselves with other writers makes us doubt our talent and question ourselves if we are real writers. This then leads to the pressure of being perfect and flawless, which paralyzes our progress and results in the opposite. Add to that the fear of judgment and rejection, which essentially gives us the feeling that we don't belong and are not important. If we spiral into these fears even before we find out if they hold weight or not, we inevitably end in the fear alley of failure and wasted effort. If we know we can't impress everyone, if we know we'll never be perfect, then we assume that we are already a failure and wasted our time and effort. This leads us to think that maybe people were right, that writing is a waste of time, that wanting to be a full-time writer is a risky choice. Maybe writing is supposed to stay as a hobby of ours, which we indulge in when life allows it, and then we shove it and hide it in our drawers. And before you know it, you have given up on writing. Our brain is wired to protect us from uncertainty. But our creativity, growth, and success as writers lie beyond what is certain and familiar. The key is to feel the fear and move forward anyway. Let's imagine you are performing an activity for the first time. For example, cycling. You just got your first bicycle. You are excited about it and looking at it from all angles in awe. You have seen older kids glide by on their bicycles and imagined how cool and fun it would be if you could do the same. And so here you are, taking your seat and grabbing the handlebars for the first time. You give it a push and get the wheels to barely make a full rotation when you wobble and fall. That excitement you felt before turned into shock, even a scraped knee. You thought you knew how to cycle. It looked so easy when others did it. Why wasn't I able to ride like them, you ask yourself. You get up to try again. Immediately fear kicks in. What if I fall again? What if I crash? What if I get hurt? What if I break my new bicycle? What if everyone laughs at me? These questions cycle in loops in your mind, paralyzing you. But deep down, there is also a tiny whisper. What if I can do it? What if it's fun? What if I succeed? Trusting that warm whisper, you steady yourself on the bicycle again and push the pedal. At first, as we experienced previously, it's wobbly. You feel unstable and your heart is pounding as you try to maintain balance. Maybe you fall once, twice, or even a dozen times. Each scrape and bruise stings, makes you wonder if it's worth it. But something inside you refuses to quit, so you push forward, trying again. Then suddenly, it happens. You find your balance, your feet moves the pedals in rhythm, and the bicycle carries you forward. The fear that once seemed overwhelming gets replaced by exhilaration. The wind kisses your face, and for the first time you feel a sense of freedom you never knew existed. You laugh, realizing that the thing you feared the most has now become a source of joy. This exact cycle of fear, hesitation, struggle, and triumph happens in writing. Be it staring at a blank page, be it your first time learning about self-publishing, be it sharing your words with others, be it speaking about your book to a room full of audience, be it typing the precious 2 words, the end. You as a writer will have to go on this unknown, unfamiliar, uncertain journey despite the fear you feel. You have to ignite your courage so that you can calm down your fears and are able to take action. Reframing how you think about fear will help you feel it in a way that works in your favor and in favor of your writing. Instead of freezing at the sight of fear, see it as a sign of growth. We fear because we are uncertain about the path ahead. Instead of letting it stop you, take one step. Guess what? Nothing ill happened. Now take another. Again, nothing went wrong. Keep taking one step at a time. Pace yourself and get your bearings before you take the next step. Notice how far you have come on this uncertain path, which now with your action has turned certain. It was unknown and unfamiliar to you. Now it is known and familiar. See the progress you have made. Let that fuel your courage to keep going further on this uncertain path, one step at a time. Now that doesn't mean you'll never face some challenge. If you are walking your path smoothly and nothing challenges you for a long time, chances are you have, with practice over time, made it part of your comfort zone. If that is the case, then maybe it's time to expand your comfort zone. You don't need to perpetually obsess over expanding your comfort zone. If you have found the perfect spot that gives you just enough good returns, it's fine to stay there. But if you have even a sliver of inclination that there's space for growth, then you must give it a shot. Challenges and the fears they bring along are often signs of where your next growth as a writer lies. Just like in video games, they help you level up your journey, expand your map, unlock new skills in you, and give you new or upgraded tools. Not to mention, by overcoming the previous fears and challenges, you have become wiser, stronger, and more skilled. This will also increase your self-confidence, self-trust, self-esteem, and self-love, which motivates you to do your best to become a better writer. I love how Elizabeth Gilbert in her book Big Magic creates the image of fear. Acknowledge it, be grateful for it, because it has saved your life a number of times and will continue to do so. And then when you go on your writing path, don't mind it accompanying you. It'll be there. That's its job. Your job is not to let fear take over the steering wheel or the map or even the music system. Fear can sit in the back seat. It's you, your courage, and your creativity that get to decide where you are heading on your writing journey. Thank fear for its inputs and then assure it that the journey is not that scary. And if something scary does happen, let it know that you, together, can work through it. Befriend your fears, and your writing journey will turn more scenic. Well, that's it for today. Until next time, keep writing, my friend. Thank you for catching up with me today. I hope you found some inspiration to help you grow a deeper relationship with your writer self. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow the podcast and drop a review. You can also share any suggestions or questions with me through the form in the show notes. You can find more conversations like this and download your free Writer's Mental Toolbox PDF at rubinagomes.substack.com. That's a wrap for now. See you later.